Hey there, it's Ben with Bottomless Inkwell, and I am here today in Whitewater, Wisconsin, near a trout stream. Uh, Forgive me, I don't know the name of the trout stream, but maybe that's better because I want the trout fishermen to get upset that I'm giving away their great spot. It's kind of near a highway or a county road. You can hear trucks and cars and stuff. But I came out to talk today about art making, and in particular, one of my mentors was talking about um, conceptual art versus, realistic rendering, realism. And I'm a fan of both and really all kinds of art forms. But it's a kind of a funny thing. I mean, if you study art for a long time, you it's almost like sports, a little bit. There's some competition between artists that are making works that are art for art's sake, mark making for mark making's sake, uh, you know, exploring deeper concepts beyond just emulating nature. And for some reason, there's this. It's a funny thing that there's a competition because it's almost like two totally different worlds, and I can respect both of them. And I've seen great art that is realistic, and I've seen great art that's conceptual. And then, of course, I've seen lousy art of both those types too. Oh, I can see something on the lens. There we go. But anyway, I came out here because a lot of times when I make my art videos, I am just making my art, and I can't always talk about it because I'm too focused on the task at hand. And I'm very inspired by nature. I don't always like to paint nature, though. Another one of my mentors, another artist, had said, you can never really capture what an actual sunset is anyways, right? I mean, you can paint it, and you can try to emulate it realistically, but it'll never be what you see, with your own eyes, the actual sunset itself. So that kind of gets to my point of why I'm making this video and why I'm talking about the differences between realistic renderings and conceptual renderings in art making. There's big value in both, and for me personally, I find it more challenging to make conceptual art that is convincingly potent. You can spend hours and days and weeks and months rendering a beautiful trout stream, and given enough time, by my measure, you can, really get a great rendition of that stream. But there's something else here too. I mean, when I come to a natural place like this, when I'm in Mother Nature, there's something that I'm looking for in my heart. There's something I'm looking for to bring peace to my soul. Beautiful big dragonfly just went by. And so when I'm making my artwork, and I'm not trying to emulate what I necessarily see with my two eyes, I'm trying to emulate what my consciousness of, my third eye, or my mind's eye. And some of that is emotive, some of that is feeling, some of it's the part of Mother Nature that leaves you nonplussed. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't have to describe everything to infinite minutiae detail, and so to express that, there's this boldness that is, there's a certain life that's with conceptual art, and it's about the mark making, and it's about laying certain colors next to one another and using shapes that you may see out in the environment, or you may just know in your mind and placing those in certain in a certain configuration on the canvas or whatever your art form may be. And as an artist, I'm looking to not get bit by crawfish. There's something down there nibbling on my toe. But I'm looking to it's not even that I'm trying to record something and then share it with the viewer. It's that I'm trying to yeah, boy, it's really hard to put into words. It's that you're trying to share this sense. It isn't that I'm saying, okay, I recorded this and now here, this is what it looked like. It's that I'm going out there and saying, look, I went here, I felt this way, I made this art, and I'm curious, it makes me feel this way when I look at this art, and I'm curious how you feel about it. And sometimes it's interesting to hear that. And for a lot of people, that's kind of a cop-out. They want to look at artwork and they want to lockstep understand exactly what's going on, and they want that to be delivered, and they feel like that's the artist's job. But I, like a lot of people, there's a deliciousness in ambiguity, and there's a richness to that too. And it's interesting because it's a richness that isn't gold and money richness. It's a richness of emotive value or existential value. So that's my take on the differences, some of the differences between conceptual art and realistic art. I'm sure I'm tempted to jump in this stream because it's feeling really, really warm in the air and really cool down below here. But yeah, anyway, so you got more of a conversation or a monologue about artwork today. Conversation between me and Mother Nature. So I've got a lot of painting to do. I'll be hitting the canvases pretty hard here in the next couple of weeks. But just thought I'd share a little bit about my ideas with conceptual art. So, sounds like a motorcycle might be passing by. One last panorama, one last view of this wonderful place I get to be in today, and I wish you all well, and thanks for checking out my channel. I really do appreciate those of you that have subscribed and are following me along. It's been fun. This is interesting. I like having a more regular audience for my artwork instead of something that I can only show once or twice a year. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And take a peek. This is where I'm at.